Welcome to Artificial Intelligence for Work, School, and Life, the podcast for educators, students, workers, and lifelong learners who want to understand one of the most transformative technologies ever built and use it wisely. Every episode, we explore what AI really is, not the science fiction version, not the hype, not the fear, but the real, documented, evidence-based story of what AI can do, what it can't, and what it means for the people who teach, learn, and use it professionally and personally every day. Are you ready to begin? Okay, let's get started. Let's figure this out together. Episode 7: Natural Language Processing and the Rise of Conversational AI. Key vocabulary: Natural Language Processing, NLP. A branch of AI that enables computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. Natural language processing allows a search engine to understand not just the keywords in your query, but the intent behind your question. Sentiment analysis. An NLP technique used to identify and classify the emotional tone or opinion expressed in text. Companies use sentiment analysis to automatically scan thousands of customer reviews and determine whether public opinion about a product is positive, negative, or neutral. Transformer model. A neural network architecture that processes entire sequences of text simultaneously using an attention mechanism, enabling deep understanding of language context. The Transformer model architecture, introduced in 2017, became the foundation for nearly all modern language AI, including GPT and BERT. Tokenization. The process of breaking text into smaller units, such as words or parts of words, so that an AI model can process and analyze the language. During tokenization, the sentence, "Artificial intelligence is transforming education," might be broken into individual words that the model maps to numerical values. Chatbot. A software application that simulates human conversation, typically through text or voice, using AI and NLP to understand and respond to inputs. The school district deployed an AI chatbot to help parents navigate enrollment procedures, answering common questions instantly in both English and Spanish. Feature article. Speaking the same language: How AI learned to understand human communication. Language is the foundation of education. Reading, writing, listening, and speaking are the tools through which knowledge is built, shared, and tested. For decades, the dream of building machines that could genuinely understand and produce human language seemed far-fetched. Today, that dream is a reality, though with important nuances that every educator should understand. Natural language processing, NLP, is the field of AI dedicated to enabling computers to work with human language. Early NLP systems were largely rule-based, Programmers manually coded grammatical rules and vocabulary lists to help machines parse sentences. These systems worked adequately for narrow, well-defined tasks, but broke down when confronted with the messy, ambiguous, contextual nature of real human communication. The statistical revolution of the 1990s and 2000s began to change this. Rather than writing rules by hand, researchers trained models on large corpora of text, allowing them to learn language patterns statistically. This approach improved tasks like machine translation and information retrieval dramatically, though deep understanding remained elusive. The real breakthrough came with the introduction of the transformer architecture in 2017, described in Google researchers' landmark paper, "Attention is All You Need." The transformer solved a fundamental problem in language modeling: how to capture relationships between words regardless of how far apart they appear in a sentence. Unlike previous architectures that process text word by word, transformers process entire passages simultaneously and use attention mechanisms to weigh the relevance of each word to every other word. This architectural innovation enabled the training of vastly larger and more capable language models. Building on transformers, models like BERT, bidirectional encoder representations from transformers, and GPT, generative pre-trained transformer, achieved human-like performance on many language benchmarks. GPT-3, released in 2020 with 175 billion parameters, stunned researchers with its ability to write coherent essays, answer complex questions, translate languages, and even debug code, all from a single model. For education, the implications of advanced NLP are profound. Students whose first language is not English can receive real-time writing feedback tuned to their proficiency level. Students with dyslexia or other reading challenges can have text read aloud by natural-sounding AI voices. Teachers can use NLP tools to rapidly assess student writing for comprehension, coherence, and vocabulary development. And students worldwide can access explanations of difficult concepts in their native languages. Yet conversational AI also presents challenges. These systems generate fluent text without genuine understanding, a property sometimes called stochastic parrot behavior. They can confidently produce factually incorrect information in the same smooth, authoritative tone they use for accurate statements. Teaching students to distinguish fluent language from accurate knowledge is one of the most important media literacy challenges of our time. Review questions and answers. 1. What is natural language processing, and why is it important for education? Natural language processing is the branch of AI that enables computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. It is important for education because it powers tools like writing assistants, language tutors, automatic translation, and accessibility features that support diverse learners. 2. What was the significance of the transformer architecture introduced in 2017? The transformer architecture revolutionized NLP by enabling models to process entire text sequences simultaneously and capture relationships between words across long distances using attention mechanisms. It became the foundation for all leading modern language models, including GPT and BERT. 3. How does sentiment analysis work, and what are its educational applications? A. Sentiment analysis uses NLP to detect the emotional tone of text, identifying whether it is positive, negative, or neutral. In education, it could be used to analyze student feedback surveys, monitor the emotional tone of student writing, or identify students who may be struggling based on how they describe their experiences. 4. What does it mean to say that AI language models are stochastic parrots? A. The stochastic parrot critique argues that large language models produce fluent, convincing text by learning statistical patterns without truly understanding meaning. They can generate incorrect or nonsensical content in fluent, confident language, which makes it difficult for users to distinguish accurate from inaccurate AI outputs. 5. How can educators use NLP tools to support English language learners? Educators can use NLP-powered tools to provide real-time grammar and vocabulary feedback tailored to students' proficiency levels, offer translation support in native languages, convert text to natural-sounding speech for listening practice, and personalize writing prompts based on language development data. That's our episode for this week. Thank you for thinking alongside us today. Every conversation on this podcast starts from one belief, that understanding artificial intelligence isn't just for engineers and executives. It's for every teacher standing in front of a classroom, every student staring at a blank page, every parent trying to make sense of a world that changed faster than anyone expected. AI will not replace great teachers. It will not replace human creativity, human empathy, or human judgment. But it will, and already does, change the conditions in which all of those things happen. And the people who shape those conditions are the people who understand what they're working with. That's why we're here. That's why you're here. Before you go, we have one ask. Take something from today's episode into your classroom, your school, your community, or your own quiet reflection. Ask a question you hadn't thought to ask before. Share a tool with a colleague who needs it. Challenge an assumption, including one of ours. This has been this week's episode of Artificial Intelligence for Work, School, and Life podcast. Have a wonderful week ahead, and we look forward to reconnecting with you next week. Keep thinking. Keep questioning. Keep learning.